What if I told you that Dodge and Ram have been sitting on powerful E85 Stage Kits that could unleash hundreds of extra horsepower, but California's emissions laws have been blocking them for years? But not anymore, because thanks to a bill signed by Donald Trump, California's grip on emissions is over. And now Dodge might finally be free to flood the streets with horsepower yet again, and we could see some very, very powerful vehicles for other brands. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the direct connection stage kit delays, how California regulations held Dodge back for years, how they kind of held back Ram from having stage kits for their vehicles, and how Trump's rollback just changed the game. We'll also talk about new stage kits that could drop for the Durango Hellcat, the Ram TRX, and maybe even the 392 Scat Packs for you guys who still have old school muscle. And why now might be the beginning of a direct connection E85 horsepower revolution.
These are the factory performance parts that you've been asking for, like Hellcat and Redeye stage kits. Tuned and updated with a direct connection PCM tuning module. These kits are emissions compliant and they won't violate your factory warranty. Our Stage 2 kit delivers a nearly 100 horsepower increase, and Stage 3 is under development for even more.
Okay, well, over 48,000 friends and the 58% of you guys who come here daily to hear these leaks and revelations and stuff, help a butter out and subscribe to the channel and help me get to 50,000 subscribers. I mean, you'll like it here. Let me give you a visual representation of how award-winning we are with all our wins between me, TK, and OC Motivator.
Oh no, don't you understand? Loki is good, better, best. Show him medals. Ta-da! Wow-wee! See, I couldn't have said it better myself.
But let's get right into this about Dodge and Ram and their stage kits, because they've been building and testing stage kits for literally every modern muscle car variant, from the 392 Scat Pack to the Redeye, the Super Stock, and even 2018 Demon. But just look at this chart right here. Nearly every Stage 2 and Stage 3 kit says under development or to be determined. And don't tell me you guys forgot about this right here, where Dodge accidentally leaked the Stage 3 kit that was gonna have E85 for the Redeyes 2 years ago. Dodge just revealed either intentional or unintentionally Stage 3 kits for the 2019 and above Redeye vehicles. But why now? All you horsepower gurus, tell me down below in the comment section how much horsepower you think the Redeye would get with E85 and all these upgrades. Bigger injectors, a Demon fuel pump, better heads, a smaller pulley, overdrive harmonic balancer, and Dodge has been sitting on these stage kits for well over 2 years now, all because of California and CARB emissions. Now, I wonder what else Dodge has been sitting on, especially for all these Hellcat power vehicles that are back on the menu, and we shall receive. Boy, there's gonna be a lot of pain coming in the next couple months, like my TRX key. If you got a Hellcat, so I'm just saying, a lot of pain is on the menu. So these stage kits, they were not delayed because they did not work, or they're still developing them. I mean, I've heard from sources that told me years ago that Dodge has actually finished most of these stage kits and they're just waiting for CARB. But what is the holdup? But I think we all know exactly what it is, because Dodge couldn't get California's CARB approval. And without CARB, they could not legally sell these kits nationwide, especially with 17 other states beside California that's following CARB regulation. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my speculation and guessing and stuff, throwing stuff against the wall, as some people be saying. Just Google for yourself, Dodge, stage kits, and CARB, and you see articles for the last 3-4 years that keep pointing at CARB as being the reason why those stage kits have not come out. I mean, heck, even Dodge's own documentation said the exact same thing that I'm telling you guys in this video, right? If you go look at this document right here, they had all the launch dates on there. You see the little asterisk right there about the launch right there. And then you look at all these dates and scroll down to the bottom left corner, and they all literally say the exact same thing, that pending CARB 50 state legal EO, with 17 states, or I guess 18 total, whatever, who control the fate with CARB of these stage kits and stuff. You can see why these kits never came. But everything changed when President Trump signed these congressional approved emissions rollbacks into law. I mean, this move strips California of its own power to set its own strict emissions rules and these other 17 states along with them, something they used for years to block performance upgrades, block actual gasoline power performance and stuff. This nonsense had to stop because it was literally killing car culture and stuff. But now these stage kits, unburdened by what has been carb and buried by red tape. I can't believe I said that. I'm gonna get canceled. No more carb delays, no more 50 state certification for all this emissions nonsense, right? Just raw horsepower. That's all we want, is just raw horsepower. And we already know it's ready to launch because they leaked some of the stuff out, 2-3 years ago that we caught wind of, right? This has already been developed and it's already been proven, already been testing the stuff. And I'm telling you guys, this is where everything gets really interesting and stuff, because as I told you guys, like a month or two ago, I've had a random message to tell me that, hey, the only reason they don't have stage kits for like the Durango or like the TRX is simply because they don't have the EO certification for it, right? So I've been told that by a pretty reliable source. The Durango Hellcat and Ram TRX, they both, everyone knows they use the same supercharged 6.2 liter Hemi V8 as the Challengers and Chargers that have approved Hellcat stage kits on them, right? Which means that any stage kit certified for those Hellcats should be easily adapted for these other TRXs and Durango Hellcats, maybe Trackhawks and stuff. I mean, I think they really got to do is just change the actual part number, change the little air filter and stuff, and I think we're gonna have stage kits all day long. Now, I can just imagine right now a TRX with a factory-backed stage 2 kit pushing over 800 horsepower with E85 that Dodge has developed with the E85 sensor from the D170, because Dodge loves to like develop something and then filter down through the lower cars technology they learned from that top car. The 2018, the engine was filtered down to the Redeye and the super stock and stuff. Some of the actual transbrake stuff was filtered down to the 1320 stuff. So they love filtering down technology developed through a car. I'm thinking they're going to filter down E85 from D170 down to all the Hellcats to give them a bunch of extra power. And I mean, just like that, if you do it for the Durango Hellcat, and I'm thinking there's gonna be a jailbreak launch at Roadkill as well too, it's gonna be the most powerful SUV that Dodge has ever built. And so I'm just saying, 800 horsepower E85 is gonna literally smoke everything, especially with the Durango Hellcat having all-wheel drive. Escalade V already didn't stand a chance, but you're already gonna be able to smoke it like a, well, I'm not gonna say the word, but we'll just say you better smoke an Escalade V in any other SUV, hell, probably some cars, you better smoke it with no problem, with like 3 rows of people in the daggone thing. But no carb approval basically means that kits that were held up by California should be ready to be released. And Dodge has been struggling, like I told you guys, ever since launching Direct Connection since 2021 to get these stage kits out the door. But I mean, with carb officially gone, Roadkill is expected to bring exciting new announcements like the new SRT models that me and TK been hearing about in the background and stuff. Dodge probably going to announce their badass doors, which I won't spoil the surprise with that because TK's Garage has already seen the list of these people who are on them. And I'll just say that some of you guys already know some of these people on that list because you heard the names before. And I'll just say that some of the names on the list is like head scratchers, but we'll just say that you know that they love EVs. So I'm just saying. But we've seen the spy shots of a new TRX getting made. Actually, about 3 or 4 of them getting made. We've seen shots of the custom Durango Hellcats being made in the plant, and we fully expect it to be jailbreak options. And me personally, I fully expect stage kits at Roadkill to be announced. I mean, my dear friend Tim Gnessis, he said in that whole little private media campfire session that they had all those journalists, other YouTubers that was pissed off at me and TK leaking and stuff. I mean, he said that engines from previous years, it had to be the same so they can bring the engines back faster and not have to get vehicles like recrashed and recertified and stuff. So if that is true, I don't see the previous models being reintroduced with more horsepower and more powerful engines, like having a Redeye or Demon 170 versions of the 6.2 liter supercharged Hemi V8 in them when they come back for Roadkill nights, right? So I see the announcement of stage kits to bump the power up to get them up to around 800 horsepower. For the Hellcat versions, is how they're going to actually get that power up and use the E85 sensor and some other parts from the D170 to jack up the horsepower. And this is something that they've been working on for a long time, especially with the leak that I showed you guys that they actually leaked on actual Direct Connections website before they quickly took it down, right? So the Demon 170, my lovely Demon 170, the beautiful thing about the actual system from Demon 170, you can go from 900 horsepower, 93 octane to 1,025 on E85. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Could we see a minimum of 800 horsepower for Hellcats? Could we see over 900 horsepower for Redeyes with that kit? I mean, could Dodge push the power of Demon 170 to maybe 1,100 horsepower or 1,200 horsepower? I mean, that's a lot of power these old engines could get until we see the Gen 4 Hemi and probably gonna get released in the next few years, right? Just wink, wink. Like, I know that project is going on and stuff, right? I talked about in this video right here. But I want to hear from you guys down in the comment section down below. If Dodge drops new official stage kits for the Ram TRX and the Durango Hellcat, and possibly for other vehicles like a 392 Scat Packs, and maybe for 2018 Demon or Trackhawks and stuff. I mean, all the stage kits that are held up by Carb all these damn years, are you finally in? Will Dodge change your mind and get you to jump back on the team? And I mean, is there just too much horsepower for the streets with these stage kits, right? I mean, 800-900 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower cars, trucks, and SUVs? Or is there no such thing as too much horsepower? Because last time I checked, it was supposed to be more power or no car. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. If you guys want to check out the Redeye 170 kit that leaked out 2 years ago, you can watch this video right here. And until the next time, I am out.